Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here in Westeros with a battle during the Dance of the Dragons, which obviously is going to be the conflict. If you do not know, that it's going to come in House of Dragons. So spoilers there. I will say, if you don't want to have the series spoiled for you, probably don't carry on watching from here on in. Is all I'm going to say. But yes, this is the Battle of the Kingsroad, fought between the Greens and the Blacks. On the side of the Greens, we do have House Baratheon supporting the Greens, which is sort of Aegon II. And on the side of the Blacks, we do have House Tully here, and we also have House Mallister being here as well today. So this is a big old battle. We have about 5,000 men on each side, plenty of cavalry here. You can see House Tully here getting ready. We have House Mallister over here facing off against two Baratheon armies. We do have a Dondarrion general, but we don't need to worry about that. Generals, unfortunately, we can't change to having just like a basic bodyguard. It's a bit of a shame. But yeah, so this is the Battle of the Kingsroad. You can see the road here. We got a bit of our own Kingsroad. So yes, this is also known as the Muddy Mess, as it was a especially muddy day in this one. There were plenty of other minor houses in this one as well that took part, especially on the side of like the Tullys and the Mallisters. There was like House Blackwood, which you actually see Benjamin Blackwood in the most recent episode, I believe. He does kill a Bracken. We do have the Brackens here as well. House Bracken fighting on the same side as the Blackwoods, which is very surprising. But here we go, a bit of a cavalry charge already happening as we have some Baratheon cavalry going in here. This is melee cav actually charging our Mallister swords here, so they're not going to do too great. But the Mallister swords there, picking themselves up, getting ready for the rest of this fight. Bit bloodied up, but they don't give a damn. They're ready, they're pumped, they're good to go. But yeah, loads of other factions. This was actually a Greens victory. So House Mallister and House Tully do win this battle. But we will see how this one goes in today's battle. They did have a small host in history. They are even today. There's about 600 knights and 4,000 men at arms. And additional forces from Crownland houses that were there as well. But yeah, so it's a similar size to what we actually have here today. You could say, but here's a charge coming from House Mallister. Now they're going to go in and smash into the Baratheon troops here. This is a Baratheon Axeman unit, so good unit to hit as well. The Axemen are actually pretty damn nasty in this. But yeah, the units in this game are great. They really are. Yeah, they put some great detail into them. I mean, good charge there by the Mallisters, killing like 50 men. It was a really good charge. A really major thing to mention in 7K, archers are OP. So that's why there's only 2 archers per army. Archers are really, really strong. They're like nuclear tipped. They're incredible. But yeah, so I'm quite excited to see how this one goes down. If you'd like to see some more 7K action, do let me know. Do leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here. I will try and do other like Seven Kingdoms stuff from like Game of Thrones and stuff that usually have maps for them, and unfortunately the maps don't usually allow us to use like the mod order that we have, which is Rise of Mordor. Then you have the Rise of Mordor Rebalance mod, and then you have Seven Kingdoms Below, which does allow the replays to work. And unfortunately, the submod and maps don't seem to really work, so I'm trying to do ones at the moment that don't involve actually having to use a unique map. Unfortunately, there's a load of other really cool Dance of the Dragon battles I'd love to do, but House Hightower seems to have disappeared. I don't know if it's just in the submod now, but I thought it was in main mod. But anyway, the main infantry line is now clashing. Mallisters versus Baratheons. Who is going to win? I'm excited to see. We have pikes coming forward here from House Baratheon. So yeah, these Mallister infantry do not want to be hanging around here for too long. Look at that forest of pikes there. That's brutal. Yeah, the Baratheon Axemen, they're getting ready. There's a bit of a standoff here in the forest. This was actually a nightmare micro-wise to watch because I was like, I can't see a thing with all the forest going on. It was a nightmare. We have got Baratheon swords coming forward to support the Baratheon spears. There is also Mallister pikes on the way forward now. They are a little slow to arrive to the party, but they are here now. You can see archers here as well. They're setting up. They're shooting at cav back here, which is not a bad idea. Shooting at cavalry generally is just very handy. But yeah, the other sides, they look like they're just kind of having a bit of a standoff. Archers have been shot at, but they've since retreated. I've got cav out here as well. Baratheon cavalry waiting. But yeah, do let me know what other sort of battles you want me to do. Just let me know in the comments. I'll see what I can do. I can't like ensure that we'll get every single one done because maps and factions and stuff, or like houses, are not limited, but like I guess limited by like the mod and like the replays. Trying to get a replay to work is more key than currently than the scenario, unfortunately. But yeah, we have House Malister pushing forward here. It's got his pikes behind. Like, I love that every house, by the way, has like unique armor. Like the helmets are like really unique. Like the Baratheons have their like little stag heads, which is great. But yeah, in this battle, the Lord Boros Baratheon did die. So like the head of the House of Baratheon actually died in this battle. It's kind of major, and actually so did Lord Jorah Malister. So I mean, I don't know if we don't have well, I guess we have Jeremy Lannister, Malister, not Lannister, that's for sure. But yeah, we have a Malister general, but hopefully he will not die today. And then Roland Darry, there you go, Lord Roland Darry also died in this battle. So that's just some major names to mention that did die in this one. I don't know if they all appear, I doubt they will. The Malisters have already been mentioned. I'm pretty sure they mentioned like episode 1. Because they like have a Kingsguard. A Kingsguard like candidate, but yeah, I don't know if they really make any more of a current role. Okay, this is where the main fighting's going on the other side. As you can see, these guys are quite happy just to have a standoff right now. House Tully and the other Baratheon army. We've got a sizable force moving through the forest here, seeing Tully, Lance, Cavalry, Swordsmen, and we've got Axemen here as well. Yeah, a lot of troops moving through the forest. I mean, this would be good. If the Tullys then also are being aggressive. The archers are back out front again, so really the Tullys need to be making sure their archers are firing, but they're not. Well, I don't know why. You need to keep your archers firing, because that is how you're going to lose your archers, is by just having them gunned down. Best policy in this scenario, just do like 2v1, you'll kill it quicker, and then you can move on to the other one. You will take casualties, but it's an effective strategy. The sword line here is still battling on. Yeah, only really over a small area. I mean, it seems like the Baratheons here are taking a lot of hits. Swordsmen here losing. I think that's both sides. Swordsmen are losing though because of the pikes. If anything, they're both just getting kebabbed on pikes. I'm just really happy to have this mod up and running and like working with replays for the moment while we wait on the Game of Ice and Fire, I believe it's called. So that, yeah, while we wait on that one, like the new Game of Thrones mod to arrive. I'm going to deal with just Seven Kingdoms for now, which is fine because it's also a really cool mod. I mean, Game of Thrones generally, and like the world is amazing. We do actually have more of an infantry line now taking over. We do have Malister Axeman here taking on the Spearmen. Most of these units are very similar, they just have different weapons. Like, yeah, the Malister swords here battling on with the Baratheon spears. There's battle line is going on, and we've got more pikes being committed here, but yeah, it seems like we've got Baratheon swords retreating. There's Baratheon axemen in the back lines. I'm going to try and find you some of the more elite looking units, which do look very cool. House Guard, here you go. There are some plenty over here. The Baratheon House Guard are the most elite swords for any faction. House Guards are. They look very cool. Just a bit more armored. They've got the same sort of like look apart from that. Their shields and helmets and stuff all look very similar. But they just got a little bit more armor and yeah, very, very nasty to take out. Will be tough. Baratheon Axeman. And here we've got a general actually pushing forward. We've got Beric Dondarrion here who's actually coming forward. It's just supposed to be like representing. We've already got like one Baratheon general, so it's like screw it, we'll have someone else in the Lord. So we've got the Dondarrions here fighting. I don't know, I can't actually remember what side they did fight on. We've got a bit of a breakthrough here from the Malice, as you can see. They are actually making a breakthrough here. We've got Cav as well charging into pikes. This looks like it could have been pretty nasty for the pikes, but I'm not really so sure. We've got Cav counter charging up from the Malisters. This is, yeah, Baratheon Cavalry and Malister Cavalry going in. Yeah, the pikes did take a bit of a hit there. Malister Infantry as well going into the back lines. These guys have kind of overcommitted, really. They're going to rear charge this cavalry, try and trap it in here. If you can kill cavalry, it's huge. It's very, very important. Yeah, Baratheon swords, they're doing okay. We've got more swords coming forward. Yeah, the cavalry just getting fully engaged over here. It's a bit of a mess. I guess that makes sense. It is known as the Muddy Mess, this battle. Got pikes over here as well, trying to deal with that. Like in the forest. I don't even think I was aware of this, but yeah, these Malisters just getting impaled on the pikes. Sad to see. More pikes here. Is this the same pike unit? I'm not even sure. Got a House Guard though setting up over here on this flank. Looking like where there's their weakest spot here. Malister Lance Cavalry. And they look like they're going to have to go into stuff. They're going into Baratheon Cavalry here that's engaged. And here we go. The cav fire on this side is starting to get underway. Along with the infantry fight, you can see the Baratheons pushing forward here. I think they're pretty unaware of that whole Tully flanking force over there, which they need to make a good effect of if they're going to do that effectively. There you can see the Tully forces here. Fairly evenly matched. The axes are pretty damn nasty. That is for sure. And the Lannisters over here. I keep wanting to call them the Lannisters. I don't know why. I'm going mad, clearly. Yeah, cavalry here, just charging the one cavalry unit and bounced out. I don't know if that's really a good idea. I mean, yeah, they'll surround all this, but then they're just themselves going to get themselves surrounded. There's a lot of cavalry surrounding going on. Lots of knights dying for their lords, just because someone wants to be on the Iron Throne. But yeah, lots of infantry being poured in here. It's kind of looking okay at the moment. I'm going to go to strategic mode just for a moment, just to show it. I mean, as you can see, Malisters look like they're kind of making a decent breakthrough. Certainly a good push here by the Riverlands in the center. Certainly making headway there. So maybe a little bit thin on the ground here, but they have got reserves. There's some spears and Malister archers back here. We've got more spears, yeah. Could certainly do with maybe pushing them forward, but yeah, not looking too bad. Beric Dondarrion's seen better days. But yeah, it's looking okay at the moment. I don't know whether this ambush force is not yet committed, so waiting for that really to swing in, because otherwise that Tully front line is just going to get overwhelmed. They haven't actually fully engaged yet, but yeah, they need to, once they engage, they need to try and swing those units in. But a cav down here, look at this. This is chaos. So many like sigils though. Looks great. It really does. And another breakthrough here. We actually have a General Brynden Tully again, which is like to represent the Tully Lord. I can't remember what his name is. What is the Tully Lord's name? He's Kermit Tully. Wow, what a terrible name. I'm not gonna lie. Kermit is. He could have got a better name. There's better names out there. It looks like the Malisters defeated here. They've actually, their center is fully shattered here. Well, I say that. It's kind of, both have shattered each other. Here the Malisters look like they're kind of getting counterflanked. The pikes are certainly in a whole load of trouble there. If these spears can come across and maybe countercharge them, then it might be okay. Pikes here helping to make some headway, but the Malister push here is certainly slowed a little bit. How are they doing here? I mean, the swords, the axes are losing. The pikes, indifferent at the moment. We've got a cav unit back here that's just minding its own business. It needs to, yeah, it's going hiding off now. Really, it needs to just try and go through like go through this gap here, and you can get into the archers, get into all swords back here. That's what I would certainly be doing with it. But the Lance Cavalry coming across, I don't know what for. Looks like it could be coming across for any old thing. Yeah, brutal fight going on here between the House Guards and Malister Axemen. The House Guard will probably win this one, unfortunately. My God, do these men look great, though. Brendan Tully going in. There's a breakthrough here by the Baratheons. And there you go, you got the Tully general in there. That's a bit of a risk, though, from House Tully. And yeah, look at this. There's a whole blob of Tully troops here, though. There's a lot of Tully cavalry and lance cavalry, and they need to get these guys out of combat. Once they're engaged, they need to get out of there. Because they've got like 3 units engaged against 2, and they have got a surrounded some units here. They got it behind. Good to see. They need to keep trying to do this, keep surrounding stuff, because they can rout this unit really quickly. These Baratheons could be just like dealt with really nice and quickly. But yeah, nice to see the Tullys are engaged now, finally joining the fight. Here we go. House Tully rear-charging the Baratheons here. Yeah, it's a shame that like most of the Dance of the Dragon battles have like House Hightower in it, because House Hightower is just like the main enemy faction. It's like the one backing the Greens the most, unfortunately. And they're like kind of a big thing at this point in history. They're a big major house, probably more important than actually like I'm trying to remember what their name is now. The main house in the Reach, which name is escaping me off the top of my head right now. Why can't I remember it? They're not Baratheon at all. Just because Brendan Baratheon has the Reach doesn't mean he is in charge. I literally cannot remember. Tyrell, that's it. Why can I not remember their name? I don't know. It's been a while since I watched Game of Thrones, I guess. Over on this side, it seems like the Malisters have sort of won, but they just need to mop up what remains of these units here, because they could, yeah, they mop these guys up, get them behind. Beric Dondarrion's still here, free to go. There's a tiny little Master Cav unit as well that really could do with just being used in some way. There's a Axe unit here as well that's free to do stuff. But yeah, good to see. I think the major like focus is over on this side, because as you can see, Brendan Tully not looking too great. Or should I say Kermit Tully. So we sent some archers into combat to try and just tie down these men. Certainly an effective use of archers to tie down a lot of knights and infantry here. The general under attack. Oh yeah, he did just slam in there. What did he just charge into? A whole bunch of house guard, but then he has got Lance Cavalry now bearing down on him. There are men who are starting to waver here. This is not good, but this is Mallister Lance Cavalry. They should be okay. We're seeing another push here again from House Mallister. Looks like they're going to receive a charge here from Beric Dondarrion. That's not a good idea. This is a pike unit after all. You don't want to be doing that, Beric. Not a smart idea. Not a smart man if he does that. These Mallister pikes have done well. I mean, there's going to be some massive kills for some of these units. They've done really well with some of them. The Cav especially. Some of the axes and the pikes have done well as well. Baratheon Axeman going in. We've got the Cav. Oh, just charging the back there, man. That's not a good idea. Really should have just snuck around the side. If it just snuck down on the side, it gets into these Baratheon archers and causes all sorts of problems. And in fact breaks. It's a sad thing to see. Beric Dondarrion here trying to, I guess, trying to do something. He should have really... They could have gone and got Beric Dondarrion there. Instead he just snuck through. I don't know what I was doing at this point. I should have definitely got him. Oh well, that's a shame, because like killing generals is huge. If you kill a general, that's morale gone. Got Tully Cav in the back lines here, dealing with archers. That's good to see. But unfortunately, the Tullys have also got cavalry problems. They've got Lance Cavalry here in their back lines. The Lance Cavalry is better than just basic cavalry, and they are smashing down these Tully infantry, like absolutely obliterating them. Yeah, that is rough to see. And yeah, I mean, we've got Robert Baratheon here as well. Not it is actually Robert Baratheon, it's Boros. Boros today. Infantry here doing okay. Again, the Tullys over here have so much infantry and Cav just tied down where they don't need it. I mean, they're killing Cav off, great, but there's a lot tied down trying to kill 2 units. Especially when they need to spread out elsewhere. They just need to keep units spread, especially over here where they're short on infantry. They've got nothing to stop this Cav charging. We've actually got General v General over here as well. We've got the Dondarrion and the Mallister generals clashing here. Who's going to win this one then? I'm kind of excited to see. There is Beric actually. Chilling, doing his own thing. Oh, and then there you go. House Baratheon coming into the back lines. Saving him for now. That could be huge. That actually could be a massive win there. Yeah. Nice little kill. And then here we go. Got Malisters. He's doing okay for now. I don't know if the general's dead. No. Still alive. I feel like the Malisters won this side, but it's not necessarily going to matter. Because even though the infantry fight is kind of being won by the Malisters, the Cav fight is... And that Baratheon Lance Cavalry there is still huge. I was really stupid and didn't realize I had a whole cavalry in the back here hidden in the forest. This is the pain of the forest. You don't realize you have this cav, because that could have saved my own general or helped kill Dondarrion. If I'd realized I had that, I could have just probably changed that shape of that battle. Though this battle over here, looking a little rough. The Baratheon infantry here has kind of cleaned up the Tully resistance. There is still some fighting over here. It seems like the Tullys are going to win over here, which is something, I guess. But numbers are not looking great right now for the blacks. They've got 1,400 against 1,700. It's not bad, but the morale of the Malisters is going to be shattered with that loss of a general. And in goes Tully's as well. Don't think he's really going to win that fight. There he actually is, Brynden Tully. He's actually killed someone there as well. He killed a couple of knights, taking a few down. He was a famed swordsman, and after all the Blackfish... Oh my god, he's getting surrounded. Hang on, Brynden. I think he's going to die in this one. Trying to keep an eye on him. Oh, there he goes, speared off his horse. And that is probably going to be the fate for the Tullys and the Malisters. We'll see how many more kills they can get, but I mean there is some Malister cav here trying to help rout this infantry here at least. Take a few more men with them. The Malister cav, I guess, trying to be operational. I was trying to basically just... It's a bit late. I already saw him fall from his horse. Beric Dondarrion is what I was trying to desperately get after. I was like, I've got to take down Beric with me. He's been a thorn on my side. Not even in a bad way. He didn't really do too much. Oh, and then goes my cav. He I had so many near misses where I probably could have got him. I think the only time he takes losses is really when he charges head on into my own men. We've got an axe unit over here, which is the final resistance from the Malisters. They fought hard today of House Mallister. Fought loyally for Rhaenyra. But the Baratheons fighting for King Aegon. They look like they're going to take today. Is Dondarrion going to get a rear charge? He might. I beg that Dondarrion charges and gets killed here. That would be hilarious. An unlucky way to go, but I mean, these Mallister infantry, they're winning, which is fine, but it does not really matter. I was going to just charge Dondarrion here, try and see if I can get him. It's not going to be the case. Look how close I get. So close. But so far. And in the end, I'm just going to get charged by these Lance Cavalry, which is probably going to finish me off here. Unfortunately, but brace men for one more charge. Your men are exhausted, tired, no general. It's not looking great. Yeah, I mean, it didn't take too many losses, but the rear charge there is just going to be the final nail in the coffin. And these Baratheon men are going to butcher the Malisters to the last man. And there you go. And I think that's House Tully as well, gone as well. I don't really know what they have left. Or if it ends. Where is the resistance that's left? I think it's in this forest somewhere. I really cannot see. Oh, is it down here? I honestly have no idea. Somewhere over here. This is the problem. This is like when I... Oh, here. Literally they have... What do they have? Axemen, which is like full strength. Wow. Okay, so some Tully Axemen were just forgotten about by the Tully player, and they just did not take part in the whole battle. Wow. I mean, there you go. A valiant defeat. We'll end the replay and have a quick look at the end results. So, a change in history, I guess you could say. The Greens did, in fact, win this one instead of the Blacks. Some massive kills. This was a battle we just recently did on the Discord. It was really good fun. I really enjoyed it. I was playing as House Mallister. Like, my archers getting 170 odd kills. 241 kills with axes. 221 with Mallister swords. My Cav did okay, getting like 128. Then we've got Mythic playing as House Tully. 229 with his cavalry here is pretty damn nasty. 119 with a House Guard here. 117 with the swords, 127 with another. Archer's not doing so great. His Axeman getting 207, so not bad there at all. Then we have Pepe playing as one of the Stormland armies. 104 kills with his Axeman here, 123 with another. 104 with his swords, 204 with another there. His House Guard getting 202, 285 with a cav unit there. Then we have Major Sharp playing as the other Stormland army, 219 kills with his General Robert Baratheon. What a legend. Archer's getting 212, 122 kills with his swords, 298 with a House Guard, insane. 212 with the Lance Cavalry, very, very nasty. So there you go, guys. That is the Battle of the King's Road. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment show your support. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.